Hi everybody, it's me Latrice. Yes, it's been a while. I came on, I said welcome to Afflicted and Fabulous, and I introduced myself, did a video or two a day living with a disability when I helped my granddaughter decorate a piece of her bedroom, and then I talked about affliction and how to a little bit about how to deal with it. Promised some content on some resources. Um, my next video should have been about being fabulous, so we could link afflicted and fabulous and why I use the phrase afflicted and fabulous in as a choice for the movement or services that I am preparing to provide. But I kind of disappeared. And I know y'all are like, girl, where did you go? Um, well, we're all aware of what's going on in the world, but my first reason for disappearing was I had created some content that I wasn't that pleased with, and I didn't want to put it out there for you guys. Now, not to say that I'm vain and an extreme perfectionist, although I do have some tendencies. I just wanted to make sure that I was putting out quality content for you guys. The first couple of videos were just let me get it out there so I can get over that initial fear of doing videos, and then I can put out content that I really appreciate. So I hope y'all give me some grace with my honesty, but you know, it is what it is. But then the second reason was I needed to better plan my schedule. So I still work full time, and I am a nana of 5 grandkids, so I gotta give time for them. I'm a wife, a mother of a budding business or entrepreneur, and of course I have older kids as well, hence the grandkids. But you know, I got a whole full life. I'm taking classes so that I can improve upon what I already do, but so that I can provide better services to the folks that I intend to serve. And so I got a lot of things going on. So I needed to get my schedule together to make sure I have time to produce videos, to put and have time to put out those videos for you guys. So that was the first reason. And then, you know, I live with ALD, so I have good days, bad days. So some of those days were mixed in there. We're still dealing with Corona and how to navigate life with that. But then the loss of the life of Mr. Floyd and how that was shown on TV for the world to see, and watching it over and over, and then going to social media, the different platforms, and seeing all these lives that we already know was happening, but to see it over and over took a toll on my heart and my mind and my spirit, and I had to walk away for a little bit. I had to check out, and I hope you guys did that too at some point, because we know it's there. We know we need to keep fighting, but we don't need to keep seeing those images over and over, because it affects our psyche in a negative way, and our spiritual being in a negative way. And yes, we continue to have faith, but we're human and it affects us. So I had to step away. So I wanted to come back before I just plopped back in with the next video and say, yes, I'm still here. I'm doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. I continue to pray for those affected by Corona. I continue to pray for those family members who are losing their loved ones to this senseless violence towards Black people specifically. I have put out some posts on Facebook and on Instagram just to show my support for Black Lives Matter. I'm not big on necessarily showing everybody what I'm doing, because it is personal for everybody, but I do want to acknowledge that I am doing my part, and I continue to do my part. Have been doing my part since the movement started. When I see or hear somebody say something that's not quite right, I speak up. Almost got me in trouble at work, but I didn't care. I needed to speak up. So that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. And I hope, again, as I say, you guys are well and are surviving through this. Praying for our young brothers and sisters and the older ones too, because we're all losing our lives to senseless violence. at the hands primarily of the police, but clearly of other people who think they can get away with this. And it's time that, again, we remind them that this is not okay. This thing is not the first time. It's not new. It's repeating itself. It's just more visual now. And unfortunately, we had to go through coronavirus for the world to see it. And unfortunately, Mr. Floyd had to lose his life for the world to see it. But it's out there now. And I've met so many people whose lives have been changed just by that video, because now it's blatant. And now they're recognizing the micro hate that's going on in our workplace and in the stores, and all the things that they thought we were tripping about, now they see it's a reality. So I'm so glad that it's out there again, and that people are acknowledging it, and that the movement is real. So make sure you love on yourself, others, and everybody in your circle. Spread information and peace as we go through this. But while we're here, I might as well throw in a little content that I think will be helpful. I wanted to talk about affliction again. Hatred is an affliction. It causes great distress in the mind, and unfortunately now, well, not even just now, unfortunately in the bodies of other people. Usually we talk about hate as consuming ourselves and how it changes us as a being. We're so focused on hating that person and making sure that, they get their just due, this, that, and the other. But the hate has again become so big, or continues to be so big, that people are hurting others. So people are attacking black folks for no reason. I watched a video the other day where a white woman, who I'm sure is a grandmother, or has nieces and nephews, took her mask off and coughed in the face of a black baby. Why? What did that baby do to you? Nothing. But you're so mad at black people as a whole that you're doing stupid stuff. Now, if somebody had coughed in your grandbaby's face, it might have been a whole nother fight. Listen, if they had coughed in my grandbaby's face, and I got 5, it would have been a whole nother situation. This social worker would be locked up. But that's a whole nother situation. Anyway, my point is, hatred is an affliction. Ignorance is also an affliction. But ignorance is sometimes by choice and sometimes not. Sometimes we are only self-aware. We are in the job of preserving our own lives. So we only look at things from our own perspective. And now the backdrop of the world has taught people to look at other folks' perspectives now. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And so that the affliction of ignorance can be changed, which will then change the affliction of hatred. Now, everybody can't be changed. Everybody won't be changed. I'm experiencing something in my life right now where I've become aware that the person, somebody that I have to deal with on a regular basis, has an issue of ignorance and wants to remain in that space, and has found ways to justify that about themselves. And I have to be at peace with that. I can't change her. So I just have to pray to God that he will deal with that, and then he will deal with me on how I deal with having to be in that situation on a regular basis. And I'll leave it at that. The other, I think those are the 2 afflictions that I wanted to talk about. Hatred, don't let it consume you. We're angry. We have a right to be angry. We need to be angry, and the anger makes us move. But let it make you move in a smart way, and in a way that hopefully preserves your life as well as the person that you're, or people that you're angry with. So let's move smart. And the affliction of ignorance, let's deal with it. Let us also look at from other perspectives, but let's be smart when we talk to people about our perspective, and recognize when we can change those things and when we can't, so that we aren't consumed by what we can't change. What else? There was a couple other things. Hold on, let me get my notes, because I wanted to make sure I gave you guys everything I wanted to talk about. I think that's it. Not bad. I think this might be a one-take video. But I wanted to say thank you for coming back, checking out this video. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Please feel free to share, like, comment. We can dialogue about this. I didn't want it to be too big because there's so many things you can talk about. with hatred and racism and corona and life in general, I didn't want to make it too big, because my goal here is to uplift and to encourage. And so I just want to do that, encourage you to be safe, be smart, be loving, and spread peace. But also fight for what's right. I'm here with you in that fight, and I will continue to be, because Black Lives Matter. I love y'all. Sending cyber hugs and love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.